Hello and welcome. Today on BOI Weekly, Vice President Professor Yemi Osinbajo launches the 26th edition of the Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Clinics, also known as MSME Clinics, in Nasarawa State, as thousands of traders in Lafia and environs gather to receive support from relevant government agencies and other partners. The MSME Clinics is an initiative of the federal government of Nigeria designed to create an enabling business environment to small businesses nationwide. Also on the show today, Bank of Industry supports Cedar Crest Hospital, Abuja, to expand its operation to a wider variety of clinical, diagnostic, and other medical support services, which include pediatrics, cardiology, dietetics, oncology, obstetrics and gynecology, radiology, physiotherapy, and of course, general medicine. Aside from their Abuja operation, Cedar Crest Hospital now has installations in Lagos where they're providing outstanding healthcare services to patients all across the country. I'm Kayode Alayande. Welcome to the program.
Have you ever imagined a time when you could apply for and get a loan from the comfort of your bedroom? Or prayed that the processing time was shorter? Well, it is now a reality with the fast and swift Bank of Industry real-time online loan application initiative.
The BOI Online Loan Application Portal is designed to deliver access and convenience to prospecting SME customers by ensuring that applicants need not have to physically visit the bank. Applicants simply have to submit all necessary documents via the online portal with the liberty to select their preferred BOI state office wherein their applications will be processed. How it works? Simply search the keyword Bank of Industry and download your mobile app from Play Store for Android users, BlackBerry App World for BlackBerry users, and Apple Store for iPhone users. Click on the Apply button. Click on Register to register your account. A verification link and tracking code will be sent to your registered email address. Click on the verification link to facilitate login. Once logged in, you can complete your application, submit, and click on Continue to start tracking your loan application. An email will be sent to your email address confirming receipt of the application. With this initiative, BOI has reduced its loan application and processing turnaround time. Start applying for your loan right away. Bank of Industry, transforming Nigeria's industrial sector.
The MSME Clinics is a federal government project designed to create a business-friendly ecosystem in Nigeria, where small enterprises have close and unfettered access to relevant agencies of government under one roof. These are agencies they cannot but interact with in the course of their operations. Under this arrangement, the MSME Clinics, in partnership with the Bank of Industry and other regulatory agencies of government, go from state to create a forum where challenges faced by MSMEs are easily tackled. It all ties to the government's ease of doing business policy. So far, the Bank of Industry and 13 agencies of government have partnered with the federal government to execute the MSME clinics in 25 states, with the Vice President also ensuring he personally engages some of the MSMEs on each visit. Nasarawa is hosting the 26th edition. As his chopper touches down in Nasarawa State, the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, is warmly received by His Excellency the Governor of Nasarawa State, Abdullahi Sule, and members of his cabinet, as well as the Honorable Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, Ambassador Miriam Katagum. Afterwards, the Vice President's entourage proceeds to the palace of the Emir of Lafia, His Royal Highness Sidi Bagay, for a brief courtesy visit. Ahead of the Vice President's arrival, some of the entrepreneurs expressed their expectations from the clinics.
We need at least the main equipment that's going to polish our rice. We need the tuners, we need a polisher, we need everything that's going to make our rice possible.
Our challenge is capital and equipment to facilitate our job.
We want the federal government to come and build the industry for us at Azuba Center, Nasarawa State.
As is his usual practice, on arrival at the venue of the MSME clinics, the Vice President, Professor Osinbajo, visits the exhibition stands and engages the small business owners who are excited and proud to showcase their works.
Hallelujah.
Once done, the entourage proceeds to the hall, and in no time, the Honorable Minister of State for Industry, Trade and Investment, Ambassador Miriam Katagum, delivers the goodwill message. She explains the philosophy of the initiative and highlights the impact so far.
Let me emphasize that the MSME Clinic is one of the critical strategic initiatives identified by the present administration and targets support for the MSME sector in the country. The organization and coordination of the clinics is co-managed by the Office of His Excellency the Vice President, the Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment, and various state governments to drive home the importance according to the MSME sector and to institutionalize sustainability, monitoring and evaluation. This collaborative effort has substantially progressed towards creating the much-needed awareness and support for the sector. The MSME sector is a key component of the Economic Recovery and Growth Plan, with specific initiatives to address its peculiar challenges well articulated in the National Enterprise Development Program, NEDEP, highlighting government's business support initiatives that provide diagnostic and business improvement advice to pre-starts, startups, and other existing businesses to facilitate growth. Apart from access to expert advice and cost-effective real-time solutions to enterprise challenges, this clinic is quite distinctive from the norm, as it aims to institutionalize a culture of responsive and supportive services to the MSMEs, resulting in improved ease of doing business. The findings from these clinics validate various researches done on the challenges faced by the sector, which include access to finance, duplication of responsibility by regulatory bodies, access to information, access to the market, multiple taxation, and so on. With these findings, which I must say are not relatively new, the National Council on MSMEs has been repositioned to focus on addressing the four most critical challenges facing the sector through a multifaceted public-private partnership. This, we believe, will build a platform for sustainable entrepreneurial ecosystem towards innovation, job creation, and strengthening of our economies.
Your Excellency, the Governor of Nasarawa State.
On his part, the Governor of Nasarawa State says his administration appreciates the efforts of government at the center and that the state is in full support of the federal government's economic recovery and growth plan.
This project is apt and timely, considering our commitment to generate wealth as well as to encourage job creation by stimulating and supporting the private sector in the state. In this regard, we would private sector's investors into the state with a view to open frontiers of economic opportunities for the overall development of the country. Accordingly, government is concluding arrangements in collaboration with the Central Bank of Nigeria to assess the credit facilities in the sum of 1.5 billion naira to enable our youth set up small-scale agricultural and trading enterprises. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is instructive to state that Nasarawa State has actually keyed into the federal government initiative.
No doubt in its 26th edition, the MSME Clinics has hugely impacted micro and small businesses in the country. Professor Osinbajo encourages small business owners to maximize the opportunities presented by the clinics by engaging the government's regulatory agencies.
From the creative and passionate small businesses that are participating in this clinic, I'm confident that the economic transformation of Nasarawa State is well underway. I want to emphasize that it is important for small businesses to take full advantage of the opportunities offered by the MSME clinics. Just as the MSME clinics provide an opportunity for the federal government's regulatory agencies to inform small businesses about the requirements, their requirements, as well as business procedures. MSMEs are also expected to bring up their own challenges and their problems for possible solutions at this clinic. That is why it is described as a clinic. It's the same as a patient going to a hospital, complaining about whatever their problems are and expecting a solution. I'll also urge the Nasarawa State government to build on the achievements of this clinic by considering, one, the creation of a one-stop regulatory shop for MSMEs in a suitable location in Nasarawa State. Now, this is an office that would house NAFDAC, SON, the Corporate Affairs Commission, and other regulators, bringing them close to the MSMEs in the state. All that you will be required to do is to provide the facility, and the regulatory agencies will provide the rest. Second, the organization of state versions of the MSME clinics in various local governments of the state. This will help the state's regulatory agencies also to key into the spirit and letter of the MSME clinics. Already I see that the Nasarawa State government has incubation centers for growing business initiatives. This is excellent indeed, and it will work very well with some of the initiatives of the MSME clinics.
Despite the gains, the Vice President highlights areas where the federal government would continue to create incentives for small businesses, while asking Nasarawa and other states to initiate programs that replicate principles of the MSME clinics. He also encourages them to actively participate in the upcoming 3rd National MSME Awards.
On our part at the federal level, we are also keen on establishing shared facilities, and this we've established about 2 so far, and we intend to establish them across the country, wherever we find a willing state. The purpose of these shared facilities is to provide MSMEs with world-class business equipment in various commercial clusters in order to reduce the impact of the VAT increase on consumers. Several basic items such as food, drugs, and educational items are exempted from VAT. So there is no payment of VAT on food, on drugs, and on educational items. And then there's another upside to the increase in VAT, and this is that additional revenue will now go to the states from VAT. So the states now will be able to earn additional revenue. Now that revenue is so important for the states so that they can do, among other things, at least begin to pay the new minimum wage. This way, it will improve consumer spending as well, and it works very well for everyone. So I think that despite the increase in VAT, there are so many inbuilt advantages for small businesses. And I believe that small businesses can take advantage of the new provisions of the Finance Act in order to make their businesses even grow better. In closing, I wish to congratulate again the Nasarawa State government for organizing such a successful MSME clinic, and also to commend all the participating MSMEs for making use of the opportunities given to them by this clinic. I urge all of the MSMEs that are present to ensure that they present themselves during this year's third National MSME Awards. This year's National MSME Awards, I urge you to participate in it, present your products for the award.